Welcome to Evanston. Evanston is located just north of Chicago along the Lake Michigan shore. It is home to Northwestern University, a thriving downtown, lots of historic architecture, and now a passive house. Today, I'm going to teach you what a passive house is, and we're going to get to tour one that's currently under construction. I'm your host, Kat Berry, and this is the American Dream Chicago Green Homes Edition. I'm here with Nate Kipnis of Kipnis Architecture Plus Planning and Scott Berliant of Berliant Builders. These two collaborate to create high design, low carbon spaces, and they have us here today at the first passive home in Evanston. So tell me, you guys, what is a passive house? I think there are a lot of people out there watching that have actually no idea what this terminology means. Can you explain that?
Yeah. Passive house is a third-party certified, very high-performance home, very tightly designed and built. It's going to be 30 times tighter than these adjacent historic homes. And then very good airflow so that it's not just capturing the air inside, but it's very healthy interior.
We're really excited to be a part of this project. And from our perspective, this is so much different than building a traditional home with respect to all of the components that go into it. So we're using a lot of cutting edge technology and really putting ourselves into a position where we feel we're building a home that's sustainable and resilient for the future.
One of the things I want to point out on the exterior is that this is a liquid applied membrane. So this is very different than what you typically see on a job site. This is like air sealed, big time. Vapor sealed actually, and so you can see that we've actually gone back over it and covered every nail hole, and then we've got the foam insulation going over that, and we also have foam insulation on the interior. So this is a very, very different kind of construction.
Yeah, so much more insulation, and even like you said, things about like the nail holes, just filling that,
it's something that we would never even consider doing in a traditional build.
So tell us about some of the key design elements you incorporated here to make this a passive house.
Well, there's a lot. So, one of the things is we tried to bring as much natural daylight in as possible. We have this south-facing light shelf, which projects out and bounces light up onto the ceiling. And so in the winter, it'll be really deep, perfectly into the center of the ceiling. We have a carbon-free vapor fireplace, which is really cool.
That is really cool.
And it looks exactly like a fire, but no carbon. The whole house is all electric. And so what that means is an induction cooktop and heat pump appliances for the heating and water heating and things like that. And that is really high performance without carbon again.
There's no gas to the house at all,
Yes.
which is very unique in the Midwest.
Just zero gas line.
No gas line. We have really high ceilings, which is very typical of traditional homes where they didn't have air conditioning, and that's to let the heat rise up and be out of the way of where we are. So there's a lot of things going on that are contributing to this.
This house is so well sealed and well insulated, you could drop it into Lake Michigan and it would float. It would float.
I love what you said about this isn't something that people used to do in terms of the high ceilings, because that just made me think like we're kind of taking things that have always worked, but you're making them even better.
Well, that's always been what we do in our office, is we look at how things were done traditionally when they didn't have a lot of power and energy, and how do we bring them up to the 21st century.
And Nate's office has calibrated the way the house is dimensioned and the way that the windows and the walls are facing, based exactly on this geolocation. So this exact latitude and longitude dictate how we designed and are building them.
This is about as efficient a house as you're ever going to see.
Well, wonderful. This is all, I really appreciate you both sharing so much about what you've done here and the future of building. I hope you enjoyed learning what a passive home is and getting to see all the incredible design elements that have gone into building this home. Once again, I'm your host, Kat Berry, with the Modern Living team at Compass. I'll see you next time in the American Dream Chicago.